What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Car Talk Ep.6. I'm back, double dipping in the algorithm today. So let's get to it. I got some topics here. But also, this has been on my mind lately. I've been thinking about it a lot lately. There's a lot of things that I wish I would have knew or understood earlier in life. It would have caused me less stress, less headaches. I would feel like I would just be better. It's not about regret, it's about reflection. Everybody figures life out at different times, but some lessons hit harder than others, which is true. Okay, let me get into some of my notes. So, days turn into years quick. They do. I'm 35, still trying to figure life out. I wish I could have it figured out right now. It's just every other year, it's like in my 30s, 31s, like, okay, I'm going, I think I went in my late 20s, I went to barbering school. Then, I want to be a truck driver. Then I want to do this and do that. I just remember and reflecting back, just back to those moments. It's like, damn, where did time go? It's like I said that 2 years ago. I said that 3 years. So, that time flows. It really does. And waiting for the right time usually slows you down. Whew. Yeah, I can see that being a thing. Waiting for the right time does slow you down. Starting imperfect is better than not starting. And I agree with that point. I would say, just do it. Just do it. Just do what you got to do. Just go forward and go after whatever you want. Small daily choices shape everything. And I agree with that. What you do, what you eat, who you argue with, who you deal with. Those daily choices definitely can shape everything, shape how your day goes. That's definitely good or bad habits stack over time. Good or bad habits stack over time, but it's a matter if it does stack. But those bad habits, can you shake those bad habits? Can you get rid of them? That's definitely something to question. You don't rise to your goals, you make them a routine. I definitely agree. That's why I'm here on YouTube, trying to make this a routine. This is an everyday thing for me right now. So if I got to come sit in my car for 30 minutes to an hour just to be able to record these videos, I'm definitely going to make sure that I spend that time coming to record these videos. Okay, so not everyone is coming with you. Okay, so people change. People change, situations change. That always happens. You see people, like, let's say, friends, girlfriends, family members. Anything could happen. You got to be prepared for that. People just change. People change up. Situations change. You could be the most, I don't know. I don't got the answer to that. I'm gonna just leave that one alone. But it's just me being real with myself right now and me trying to explain some of these points. I had an answer, but I don't have an answer for that fully. Some relationships are seasonal. Woo! If that is, like, I've heard this so many times in so many years that relationships are seasonal. And that could be friendships, that could be relationships, that could be, you could get close to one family member and it could be a season of something and then things change. I've always heard that for many, many, many of years. And that is the realest statement that, I've heard or people have said. You could go and be in somebody's life to teach them about finances. You could be in somebody's life to teach them about love. You could be in somebody's life, to give them a baby. You could be in somebody's life. It's just different things. Like, everything is seasonal. Okay, let me go to my other topics. Sorry, I got lost for a moment. I was trying to make sure I got this, but growth can mean outgrowing people, and that's the truth. You can outgrow people. You see yourself going in a different direction from somebody. It's just growth. Like, you're blossoming, you're finding yourself, you're moving on. Like, people outgrow people, and that's just what it is. Even if you had relationships with people or even friendships, I've repeatedly said that a couple times in here, but that is something that definitely is true. Okay? So, waiting on help, luck, or timing delays progress. That is something. No one is coming to fix it, basically. Okay? You have to start figuring things out for yourself. And that is true. You can't have everybody doing everything for you. You got to figure that stuff out by yourself. Nobody's going to help you. You only got yourself at the end of the day. You were born alone, you die alone. Think about that. Accountability changes everything. Hold yourself accountable for everything that you do or anything that you do wrong. Just hold yourself accountable. Accountability is everything. Okay? Trying to impress people drains you. If you're busy trying to impress people, I'm sorry, buddy, but to tell you, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You can't sit and waste your time trying to impress people. You're gonna keep trying and trying and trying, and it's just going to drain the life out of you. It's not worth it. Approval doesn't pay your bills or build your life. You got to go out there and grind. You got to go out there and get it. There's plenty of us that, are out here. We're out here trying to do our best to make all the money we need to make. I need to, even now, I need to get a second job. It's going to be rough, but I understand what I need to do, and I need to go and get it. I don't need nobody's approval. I just need to go out and know what I need to do. Mental peace is underrated, and your mental is everything. You know what I mean? You lose your mental, you lose your mind. So, you just got to be mentally strong. You got to uphold yourself, and sometimes you just got to look yourself in the mirror and just tell yourself, you got this. No matter what you're going through, you got this. Okay? If I would have known these things earlier, I probably would have moved different, but I'm learning now and I'm applying it. That's something that I'm doing. Hopefully somebody watching this doesn't have to learn it the hard way like I did, because I definitely learned it the hard way. So that's it, you guys. Thank you for watching episode 6, and yeah, you guys have a good day. Adios.